Hey, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
to We Won't Go Back. It's been a few weeks, but we're probably going to be on here weekly no matter who can join. Tonight, Deb, unfortunately, isn't going to be with us unless she pops in at the end. Um, because she had another engagement. Kind of my fault because you can only set Facebook notifications within a week that you're going to have it. And I forgot to put it back on because we made it before a week. And then I remembered that I'm supposed to put it back on, and she probably would have been reminded then.
I was supposed to remind you to put it back on.
Well, actually, both of you, but it's okay. And you know how my brain is. So, hey, Steph. Hey, Terry. How are you? So hey, Steph, let's just chat for a minute and then we'll get into the really heavy stuff. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good.
You got UFO Con.
Yeah, it was good to see everyone. Hang out, have some fun. A lot less stress without, world's largest ghost hunt. So it was nice to be
Yes.
able to relax and
Yeah, we had an event that switched to the same weekend and we had already paid for it, so we had to go do it. And
Mhm.
it ended up being okay, but I sure missed UFO Con, and I didn't sign up for next year for this next event because we're going to come back to UFO Con. We
Yeah,
missed it too much. So, but boy, am I tired.
I'll bet.
Yeah, weekend of doing readings. So yeah, I'm tired.
Mm.
So anyway, we're back to talk about us getting our rights stolen from us and how we're going to get that back and how we're going to take a negative and turn it into a positive, because we would love to see this get put in where it can never be reversed again. Um, Under where it's scrolling is a really cool website you can go to, and it is has all the candidates from all the different states that are pro-choice. Makes it super easy to know if you are pro-choice who to vote for.
Mhm. Perfect.
And I'm hoping by next show I know how to bring up their pictures and talk about each candidate and all that kind of stuff. But we're in the push mode. We really have to talk about voting and making sure that we're voting, that we're helping others vote, that we're educating people on why we are voting the way we are. So if you have to drive people to the polls, drive them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
once they get in there, we don't get to say who or what they vote for. So we're just going to promote voting, period. And one of the ways, don't you think, Steph, that we would win is because 70 or 80% of us believe that pro-choice is the way to go.
Yeah. I'm hoping that this kind of kicks people into being like, oh no, I need to vote. I need to vote. We
Yeah,
we say a lot that Democrats are lazy, and they are. So I'm hoping that this is kind of a wake up call of we have to vote. We have to vote for people who are going to have our best interests. I don't want to say at heart because I don't think they have hearts, but people who are going to vote in ways that align with our beliefs, and the only way to do that is to vote. You can't just wish for it to happen. You
yeah,
have to be active. You have to be fighting. You have to be taking steps to ensure that we don't have to do this anymore. We shouldn't have to do this anymore. Our kids shouldn't have to do this. And the only way to do that is to vote.
yeah. Yeah, it's I'm my fear, I guess, is that it got reversed. Everybody was passionate. Now everybody feels like they've become what's the word?
Complacent.
Complacent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that's not true. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Um, but even if you're not Democrat, if you're a Republican woman and you feel like this right has been taken away, you may have to cross party lines to vote.
Yeah.
It's just the reality. I don't know very many Republican candidates that are pro-choice. But whatever your belief system is, we welcome you. We welcome you to go vote and stand up for women's rights. Too many people died and fought for their rights to have, and it's the torch has been passed to us. The baton has been passed to us. We have to push this back to where it's not 1950 again.
Right.
So yeah, so I really ask you to go to where that banner's website is. You can check out pictures of them, what they believe in, the whole thing. And all you have to do is go to your state and look at the candidates that are pro-choice. And I just thought it was a really easy way to help you make those choices. I will say that I'm still tech challenged, and I wanted to bring it up on here and show you the candidates, and I hope I can next week, but I worked for an hour on it and I can't figure out how to do it. I think you have to, I don't know that you can download a website to your computer. I can't figure that out, but it has to be on my computer for me to be able to share it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll just have to get with Stephanie. She'll probably have it figured out in 2 seconds. Show me. Oh yeah, you could probably do it from there now that I think about it, but I need to learn it. So
right.
Yeah. So in this category, Stephanie, have you been hearing anything from family, friends, coworkers about their feelings, thoughts?
Well, like you said, it's kind of, we as people, as humans, have short attention span. So it was a big flare up when it happened and everyone was angry and up in arms and there was protests and there was this and this and this, and then there's nothing. So I don't necessarily think that it's people's opinions have changed. They still have the feelings that it's wrong, it shouldn't happen, blah, 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 blah. I just think we have a short attention span and we've moved on to other things, and there's, some celebrity got married or whatever.
Isn't that sad?
So this has taken a back burner, or maybe it's a matter of people feel like there's nothing we can do. So what's the point in worrying about it? It is what it is. There's nothing we can do. There is things we can do. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're here.
And I think one of my fears is, Stephanie, is that they won't stop here. If we don't stop them now, they're going to go to contraceptives, whatever. I'm not tired. They're going to go to the morning after. They're going to go to all kinds of extremes. This
was testing the waters. This was something easy they could do to kind of dip their toes in and see what they could get away with.
Yeah, everybody think Hand-Maiden is a fictional. I'm not so sure we're not kind of close to that. You know? Barry and I were watching a documentary today about Nazi Germany, and oh my God, is there things going on now that was going on there? It was like, I couldn't believe the same kind of stuff. I mean, they're even starting to do the arm gesture. They do 2 fingers, but they do the arm gesture at some of these rallies.
I haven't seen that. That's terrifying.
And when I say some of those rallies, you know who I'm talking about, right? So, I mean, and I guess I was naive in thinking that Americans were here going, oh yeah, send us your Jewish people, send us, we'll greet them with open arms. No, they were not. And you have to look at history, because they weren't finding jobs. They weren't knowing how they were going to buy groceries. So they saw this influx of people as being a threat.
Right.
So we just got to be we need to learn from history. We don't need to repeat it.
So many people think that history is fake, or we're not teaching all of history. We're teaching the watered down version of history. So we're not seeing the true depth of depravity that humans have put other humans through. And I think that's a big problem is, it's not seen as bad as it truly is because we're not teaching it correctly. We're not teaching it truthfully.
And that's why people are up in arms about any other side of history being taught.
Mm-hmm.
That they just lose their friggin' white supremacist minds. And you know me, Steph, I'm going to say what I think. So,
I know.
And you do too. You do too.
Yep.
So, I guess we are on here to say call your congressman or representatives, whoever. Keep sending the emails. Most importantly, vote. Don't let anybody stop you from voting. Say you go and the polls are limited hours. Get there somehow. Get there somehow. We got to show them
vote by mail.
Yeah, but they'll want to mess with that probably. But we're not going to.
You got to do it as early as you possibly can, just to make sure.
And how do we get that? I should know that. How do we get a voting? Is it still called an absentee ballot?
Yeah.
So we go to our clerk. Is that who we go to?
Yeah, or you can, like, we got something in the mail saying if you want to vote by mail, fill this out and send it in. And then it had a checkbox if you want to vote by mail for every election. And then you just mail it back in and they make sure you get your absentee ballots.
I think we've decided to go to the polls this year. I just need to make that stance. You know what I mean? Especially in the area I'm located in.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. But vote. And if you know somebody's having a hard time getting to vote, help them get an absentee ballot or take them to the polls or whatever it takes. And if you have young people who are like, not sure they're going to vote, please talk to them, please, especially our young women. Tell them what's at stake here. And everybody, it's the midterms. It's not as important. This midterms is so important. Most midterms are, but this one is even at a higher urgency level. So, yeah. What about with your daughter, Stephanie? Are you seeing the young people? Are they still motivated?
I haven't seen anything. I know that if there were any more rallies or protests or whatever, that they would be there. As far as I know, there's nothing. I don't know that they are necessarily organizing things on their own. Because I'm sure it's hard for teenagers to be able to do that, but I think they're kind of looking to us, and they kind of have to follow us and do what we do. So if we're not holding the rallies and we're not holding the conversations, then they're not able to. So, that's another thing. Another reason why this is so important is we're teaching our children, what they can do, what they're capable of, that they should be standing up for what's right. And I still feel like Madison's 14, almost 15. I think that her generation is going to be the one to kind of flip things on their heads. So we need to lead by example and set the path for them.
Terry, if you're still with us, you want to give us your thoughts, you're welcome to in the comments there. And yeah. Oh, and I'm not on Facebook to see if we're having comments on there because it's on Deb's. I should go to her.
I have it up here.
Okay.
But I think it would show up on the side here anyways.
Okay. No, it didn't last time when it was on Facebook. I don't know why. Maybe I have something blocked or I'm not sure. But anyway, if you're watching us on Facebook, you could always go to how that would be on Facebook, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't the comments coming from Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
You guys can tell I'm still learning StreamYard. So why didn't because maybe we had a couple pages.
It might be the YouTube ones that we're not seeing. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I think everything comes up on
Okay.
the
So
side
I'm going to
there.
look on Voice of the Elders because I put that on there this time too. You're not on Voice of the Elders, right?
Nope, I have the Mystical
Okay, so
Awakenings
I'll
one up.
put Voice of the Elders up in case we're getting any comments. Okay. So what do you think? I like the point that you're making about there's no rallies and stuff. Maybe we should be thinking there is. And if there is, maybe we can advertise that next week where they're going to be or.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. I haven't seen rallies or protests or marches or shouldn't we be
Anything.
doing that right before the vote?
Right.
That would make more sense to me. What's going on here? Why do I have this? Oh, hi. Hi, Dan Meckin. How are you? Terry said, sorry, I had to walk for a sec. I'll be voting and every woman I know will be there. Yay, Terry. Dan, look at what's happening in Arizona. They have regressed to the 1860s. That will be Michigan if you vote red. Yes. Yes, it will be. And there are people there fighting it and protesting it. Good. I'm glad to know that. But it scares me like, like you said, Dan, Michigan can be a either or state. Sometimes it seems red, sometimes it seems blue. What they call it, purple state.
Yep.
And Ohio scares the bejeevers out of me. So there are signs, though, you guys. There are signs that things are shifting. And I'm not just talking about Roe versus Wade. We went up to the UP and we stayed up there for a while after the Paracon. And we noticed a lot of the places that used to have huge banners and huge signs saying so-and-so 2024 are all gone.
Really?
They're all gone. There is a flag here and there. There's a thing here and there, but none of these great big posters and bulletin boards and all that's gone. And that gave me hope.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping things are changing, even if they're changing slowly, and they seem to be changing silently.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people that are realizing that maybe they weren't quite 100% right don't really want to admit it, but they're at least being silent.
Sure.
And that's good for me. How about
you
guys? Have you noticed any difference in Traverse City at all? Stephanie and Daniel, since he's on here.
I noticed. I mean, honestly, I haven't noticed a lot of signs on either side. I haven't noticed a lot of signs just in general. There's a house by Madison's dad that has like Whitmer and Dana Nessel and those signs. And then I've seen a couple for Tudor Dixon, but I haven't seen a lot of anything.
That's true. But I would say, and you can disagree with me if you want, that Democrats are less likely to put signage up.
I think so, yeah.
Where Republic or people that believe in Roe versus Wade are more likely to have big banners, big signs, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Flags tattooed on their forehead.
Yeah.
So that doesn't bother me as much, though I'm guilty too right now. I haven't been to my Democratic headquarters, which is in Big Rapids, to get any signs. And I thank you for saying that. I need to do that. We're only 40, 2 days, 40, so many days out. And we need to get it. Again, if you're joining us, go to the website that the banner is scrolling at the bottom. You'll get to see all your candidates, read about them, decide who you like, who you don't like. It's a great way to know your candidates. I think I will know my candidates this year better than I ever have in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say, I've been guilty of just going Democrat check, Democrat check.
Right.
I want to know about them. I want to know their thoughts, feelings. If they're in the middle of the road, I don't know. Maybe. As long as they're pro-choice, maybe.
Right. Yeah, I
That'll
think you
make
kind of have to pick what your big issues are and go that way.
right.
Nobody's
Right.
going to be perfect, so
Yeah. It kills me, Stephanie, and maybe you've heard some stories. I haven't been paying as close attention because mentally I had to have a break. That horror stories about people that had health issues that needed to not have the pregnancy anymore, or young children that shouldn't be pregnant. Have you been hearing any more things? Are they able to get to other states?
I haven't heard anything. I read something today where it was just a quick little thing, and this woman said she had a miscarriage, and instead of taking care of herself, the first thing she did was Google if she broke any laws and if she needed to do anything.
Wow.
So instead of mourning and taking care of herself, that was her concern.
I did read one that was like the mother's life it wouldn't have been good.
Mm-hmm.
And she's having to go to another state, but she's speaking out. She's going to the microphone and she's telling exactly what she's doing, where she's going, how she's having it done, because she doesn't want to hide it.
Right.
Because it's out there, and she's
Shouldn't
got her
have
little
to.
toddler
Yeah.
on her hip as she does it. It's not that she's against having the child, it's that it's going to kill
Right.
her,
Right.
So, and even if it was her against having the child, that's her business,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
Dan,
in high school.
go ahead.
In high school, my best friend's sister, she had 3 kids, and they told her if she got pregnant again, she would die. Like, they told her, you get pregnant again, you're gonna die. But they wouldn't do a tubal ligation for her. So basically, her choice was don't have sex with your husband until you're old enough to have a tubal ligation with your husband's permission.
Exactly.
And it's it's crazy.
I had that happen. I had 4 kids before I was 30. And so on my last one, I said, I need you to take care of this. And they wanted me to go to counseling. And what if your whole family's killed in a car accident? Well, if my whole family's killed in a car accident, I'm probably not going to want to be here anyway.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to want to have more kids.
That's so weird.
Replace those kids. That's so weird. And so, yeah, I had to fight to have it done. And finally they relented. But this you're too young bull crap. And anyway, it's my body. My body.
Well, yeah, and I have a couple friends who are just do not want kids. They don't want kids at all. Mm-hmm. And they know they don't. They never have. Yeah. But they can't get the tubal ligation. Because what if you change your mind? Well, you guys want to talk about adoption all the time. Don't abort your baby. Give it up for adoption. If they change their mind, then they can go adopt a baby.
And that's another issue. None of these people that are so pro-choice want to take the unwanted babies.
Right. Or take care of them after they're born.
They don't want to vote to give more funding to food stamps and WIC and all that. They're against all that too. So you can't win with these people. I'm telling you.
It's pro-birth. It's not pro-life.
Yeah, Dan, I'm really glad to see that Whitmer is really ahead in the polls. But we do not want to get complacent on that, because you're right. The polls don't always tell the story. Clinton, for example. And so we want to stay. But I love as they're running on Tudor Dixon, they've got her saying it right on the ad.
Multiple times.
Yes. And I gotta do a shout out to the Lincoln Project. Oh my God. I love the Lincoln Project. If you go on YouTube and watch, and these are Republicans who don't support the MAGA, and they do all these ads. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, I love these people. I love these guys. They're great. Dan, you know what? Okay, we're going to put this up, even though you said pisses off, and we're going to say it anyway. You know what pisses me off? All the POS that said they were only putting the decision back in the hands of the states. Sounds great. The ink isn't even dry. And Lindsey Graham is trying to ban it in federal level nation. I want you guys to mark my words. Trump has something on Lindsey Graham. He has some kind of blackmailing. I want to tell you what I think it is, but I can't. Has something big on Lindsey Graham. I just can't believe that Lindsey Graham is that big of a flip-flopper. Is that big of a... He's got something on him, I'm telling you. And I think that might be what all the stealing the documents was to have something on people, have something on leaders that he can use to get his bank account even higher. Sorry, there's not going to be any doubt of how I feel about that man. Okay, so I can't be neutral here. I can't say, yeah. You might as well switch off this show if you are pro that person, because you're going to be mad at me. So, yeah. And I got to tell you, on Lost Souls, I'm going to be going on a rampage too. Lost Souls we're doing on Wednesday, just to give you guys an update. His lips on his ass. Yeah, that's what Dan said. I am so upset with YouTubers who are using missing person people and murder people, victims, to make their friggin' money and get likes and get subscriptions and get money sent to them on people's pain and suffering. And that's what we're going to talk about on Wednesday. So get ready, because I'm fired up. And I'm not going to say certain people's names. I'm just going to use initials. But if you go on YouTube, you'll know who I'm talking about. But anyway, I digress. Yes, Dan. Yeah. And if John McCain wouldn't have passed away, John McCain kept Lindsey Graham in check. He really did. And it's too bad that had to happen I was never a John McCain fan, but I would welcome John McCain now. I wasn't a hater on him either. At least he was a decent. I think he would be disgusted with what's going on. Just disgusted.
Yeah.
Okay. So who has thoughts? Who in our chat? Any more in our chat have thoughts? Oh, I said I was going to put the chat up and then I didn't watch it. I don't know if I can see it. I don't know if I'm a person on here. I don't think I can. Yeah. So was there a good attendance at the UFO con? I know I'm digressing again, but.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
Yeah.
And next year will be year 5, or was this year 4?
This was year 5, yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yep.
Good. And the talk, your guys' talk went well?
I wasn't there, but.
Oh, yeah.
Dan said it went well, so.
It sounded good. I said, was it videotaped?
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to spank him. Yeah, so more thoughts on what we're talking about. So we wanted to get the chat people in on it. Daniel's done well. Terry, you got anything more if you're still with us on We Won't Go Back? See, this is what makes me a little disheartened. Right now we have 2 people in chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people have busy lives, but when we first, hi, Terry. When we first came on the first time, right after Roe versus Wade, we had lots of people.
Yeah.
Things to say. And I get it. There's only so much you can say, but we can't quit saying it. Now until the election, we have to keep a vigil going, so Now, is your daughter next week at kickboxing?
She's at her dad's, so I won't have to take her.
Okay, so we'll be on next Monday too, and hopefully I'll be able to know how to bring up the pictures and we can talk about the candidates and our thoughts and feelings about them. But what's really neat, because we are on StreamYard, we are on YouTube, people hopefully are going to watch this from all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
And this website that's underneath me, it's all states. So you can go to whatever state you want and check out your candidates. So we might be featuring some Michigan, but we might be talking about some other states too as well. Terry says, let's put her up here. I find friends and family always talking about our rights. So there's that. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Because I thought the conversation had died down.
So hopefully it's just that the conversation isn't necessarily on social media, but it's still going person to person. And we can hope.
And I just said I had to take a break too. So I get
it. Yeah. It's a lot. It's heavy stuff. And it's hard to go full force 24 hours a day and not burn out and not fall into a pit of depression. So you need to take a break from time to time, so that you can't win a race by going full force 100% the whole time. You have to have a steady pace, and sometimes that means slowing down and sometimes that means speeding up. And nobody can do it. Nobody can do it all on their own. Nobody can do it full force 100% all the time, day after day. It's okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to focus on other things for a bit. It's okay to put on mindless TV and just give your brain a break. We've got so much going on in the world from everywhere. It's coming from all sides. Put on some dumb TV and give your brain a break, so that when you come back, you're refreshed and you're ready to hit it hard again.
And as long as you know in your heart that you're going to vote, that you're going to send an email once in a while, that you're going to go get a yard sign, you don't have to be out there all the time. It's just that we're trying to, I think what Stephanie and Deb and I are trying to do, and the guys too that support us, that we're just trying to keep this alive, especially till the election. Just keep the conversation going, and not think. And Dan, I hope you're right. I hope they are. I am going to look into that now that Stephanie mentioned it. I'm going to look to see if there are marches and rallies and speakers and things going on, and we'll share that next week. If we get a list of
I'll do some research and see.
Good. If you'll research that, I'll try to work on getting the candidates' pictures up here. Okay. So yeah, we just have to stay, and staying angry, we just need to take that energy of anger and bend it into action.
Yep.
Because I don't want anybody to have a heart attack or hurt their health because they're always angry about this.
Right. So channel it into action.
And if you look at history, a lot of the things that happened that made people angry caused big changes to happen.
Yep.
I was naive, Stephanie. I didn't know they could reverse Roe versus Wade in my younger days. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And now
I don't think a lot of people did.
No. If we could get it put into law, then
I think people assumed that's what it was. And I think that it really caught a lot of people off guard.
It really did. I think a lot of the people I knew were like, oh, they talk about it, but it won't happen. There's no way it's going to happen. And then everybody was in shock when it happened. So, and Terry says, right, in households, except where people are talking about it. And I would also guess, Dan, that as we get closer to the election, there's going to be more coverage about it. So
Yeah.
that'll cause some more speaking out too. But right now, when we're in just like a month out, not quite more than a month out, I think that as long as we keep sending emails, and I love it that you said yard signs. See, a lot of us don't think about yard signs till the big elections, you know?
Right.
So we need to get out there. And I tell you what, I want to rip the signs out, and it's not my business because it's their property, but I want to rip the signs out as my governor's an idiot.
I
No,
know.
you're an idiot. Sorry, but you
Yeah.
are. And I've been wanting to say that a long time. And I just do the flip off now. I don't even care anymore. I'm 65. I can do what I want. And I'm hoping now. I used to hope. I hope they're not out in the yard. Now I hope they are out in the yard. I need a yard sign. Yes, Terry. I think we have to go to wherever our headquarters are. Mine's in Big Rapids. I'm not sure where you're at, Terry. But you know,
Does it
just
go by county?
Google it. And yes, they'll ask you to work, so be ready for that. If you don't want to work, just say nope, just want a yard sign. It's great if you do work. It's great if you want to go knock on doors, do phone calls. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I did my years of that. So this is my thing now. We're going to get on YouTube. We're going to talk about it. But I still am going to send emails. I make a lot of phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually am calling the other side. And unfortunately, you know what that has caused? That has caused me to get a lot of mail asking for donations from the other side. Or
No,
to get
thank
me
you.
emails saying, are you going to send it? I'm like, hell no. But because you call or do something, they get your name and they think you're a supporter. So that's caused a little bit of a problem, but it's okay. I can deal with that. And so can you. Me too, she said. Yeah. So emails, look into those candidates. I can't tell you. We're at the stage now that we need to be educating ourselves. We need to be educating ourselves about the issues, and make sure you read the proposition good. They try to fool us into saying the
They
opposite.
use certain words. Yeah.
And I think it is
Can you?
yes, right? We're voting yes, right? Correct. Oh, we'll find out for next weekend.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Do you
yes.
know if can you take like a sample ballot in there? Like, can you print something off at home, fill out what you think after doing your research, and take it with you to fill out the actual ballot? Dan says yes. So that might be a good idea too for people.
I've even taken in articles from newspapers that have listed things and stuff. I've taken the newspaper right in there with me. You can take it right in there. You can take crib notes, basically, yes.
That's a good idea. I don't know if many people know that. Take your notes in there so that when you're in there, you can look and make sure you're marking the right things.
Right thing.
Oh, wait, I got to go back to commenting on here. Never mind.
What did he say?
He said he's got to go back to commenting.
You can get your face on here if you want.
No.
This isn't an old girls show.
I don't have my makeup on.
Oh, yeah, I did. I put a little rouge on. You know, they say they make it look younger. I'm going to wear rouge all over my face then. Especially after seeing that one, My Haunted Diary. Oh, my God. That was bad.
Which one was that?
It was a good episode. It was just a bad Beth face looking thing.
Which one was that?
The Indiana.
Yeah, so watch My Haunted Diary on YouTube. That's Daniel and Stephanie's show. Really good. One just broke today about Bigfoot, a Bigfoot hunt we did. So make sure you are watching that. We might as well do our promotions while we're talking. And you have some products online, do you not?
I do.
Stephanie?
Candles and soaps and bath and body products, dream catchers, a variety of things. We're always trying out new things and making new things. So, it's a fun little side project that I have.
I wish I could have seen you too. And as you know, we have Ghoul Talk on here. And that's going to be, we just did one, but we'll do one soon. Didn't we just do one? Oh my God, I'm so confused.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Anyway, we'll do one soon. We do those like monthly. And then we're going, this is going to start being weekly until the election. We won't go back. We have Lost Souls that we do monthly. Sometimes we rev that up if there's a case we really want to keep talking about.
Yeah, or something new's come up.
Yeah, so Lost Souls is going to be on this Wednesday in a couple days. And we're going to talk about how YouTube and social media can actually hurt some of these cases. Or the last week or last one. Oh, I know, Terry, but I wasn't there. We had an event that we usually have gone to forever and done really well, and they changed the date to the same as the UFO con. And so we had already paid for it, so we went to it. But next year, no way. We're coming back to UFO con and going to be present to help Deb and RJ and everybody with the event. And going to be there, map it strong. So, yeah. But thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. She said she knows. Okay, so, you know, I'm getting to the age, Stephanie, where I'm going to start just doing what I want. Uh-oh, my son just said I have to be somewhere tomorrow. My little messenger came up. I have to check that out. Okay. All right. Whoops. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. So I guess our homework for you and me, I'm going to get the candidates up for next week. You're going to find out what? Now I've already forgotten.
So have I.
What was it? Oh my God. We're going to have to put the tape back and see what it is you're supposed to do.
Can somebody please comment and remind me what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yes, please. Okay, you're young. You should not be forgetting like this old woman is forgetting. What was it?
I've got neurological issues. I have an excuse.
What was it? Does Dan know? Dan, what was she supposed to do?
What were you supposed to do?
He doesn't have a clue.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, we'll have to roll the tape back and see what it was. But you guys out there should be emailing, phone calling, asking people if they're going to vote and do they need a ride? Do they need help getting an absentee ballot? What do they need for you that you can help them get if you are as passionate about this subject as we are? Because Stephanie said it earlier, not one of us can do it. We have to do this together.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of us can do it. So did you maybe find out about rallies? Was that what it was about?
I think so, yeah.
This is bad. Really bad. Oh, that's funny. Anyway.
I just turned 35. It's all downhill from here.
Wait a second. Weren't we supposed
Oh my
to
God.
vote?
I always tell her I have shoes older than her. And it's not a lie. I really do. I probably have purses older than her and shoes. Maybe even underwear. Except for the elastic. The elastic gets broken after a while. That's the only reason I don't have underwear that's older than her.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. You're still young, my gosh. She said, yes, she is. Yeah, so any other thoughts, you guys? You could also go into the phone banks and do the calling, and you could there's postcards too. They do postcard outs too.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. You can canvas. I don't know if they're doing door knocking or not. Okay. Now I'm going to decide that I have another homework. I'm going to go to my Democratic headquarters, get a sign, and ask them what are all the things they're needing for people to do.
Thank you.
And I'll get signs. You know, they used to give away signs. Now you have to buy them, but that's okay. I don't mind paying $5 for a sign or whatever. So, and if you want, I know there was a couple sites on there when I was looking today. And if you want you can get a pro-choice voters recommendation pamphlets. So if you want those, you can get those too on some of these sites that are scrolling at the bottom of our faces right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. So if anybody else has any suggestions, man, we're open to them. We're open to thought. I mean, just sitting here tonight, Stephanie gave me 2 thoughts, about rallies and about yard signs. Why don't I always have yard signs? Why don't I have yard signs? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't have yard signs. And there's another thought, Stephanie, about yard signs. I think there's some fear.
Yeah. Retribution.
So much craziness these last years that people are, I know that when we had bumper stickers and stuff on our car, there was certain states that we took off the stickers and the bumper stickers through when we were going through because we didn't want our tires slashed or.
Right.
I mean, they're still talking Civil War. There's still politicians out there that are saying if the thing doesn't go the way they want it to go. Okay, good idea, Terry. Thanks. That there will be a civil war.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain people that are calling for action if they get legally jeopardized.
I think the whole January 6th thing really opened up a bigger can of worms than we thought because it's giving people courage to do stupid stuff and react in violent ways.
And Terry said, who cares? Because it's my damn body and my granddaughters. Exactly. I'll stick a huge sign on my lawn. You go, girl. Yeah, I can't agree more. And we're getting away from that too because we didn't talk much about that tonight other than Stephanie's daughter. 7 generations we got to worry about. That's the Native American belief, and we always go by that. But we actually have to worry about the girls that are here right now. Mm-hmm. Stephanie's daughters, my granddaughters. Their rights are. That's who I'm most scared for. I'm not getting pregnant.
Yeah.
If I did, it would be a damn miracle. But, ooh, put that up, Dan. If I can, my thingy isn't working.
Oh,
there. There's nothing wrong, nothing worse than your thingy not working.
Yeah.
There, it's working now. Okay. Yeah, and did you see where Tudor Dixon made fun of the governor being kidnapped? Yeah.
Yeah.
She uses it like like it's something to be laughed at or something to be made fun of.
She's just trash.
Yeah, so Dan says, in case you're listening and not reading, Bob Lornesser, running against Jack Bergman, insurrectionist, was just threatened with assassination near an event by Traverse City. That's horrible. That's horrible. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think one of the biggest surprises for me from all of this, from all the MAGA stuff, is that I thought there would be a lot of Republicans, I'll just say it, saying this is a line too far crossed. We can't. No,
I don't think there is a line anymore. They don't have a line anymore.
it sure is blurred, isn't it? Insensitive human-filled two-door Dixon. Yeah, two-door. Oh, two-door.
We made a joke. So I kind of made a joke one night when I may have been under the influence.
Maybe.
That her name is Two-Door Dixon.
You got a back door and a front door.
So that's kind of our running joke in the house now.
Yeah, there's part of me that wish there was an investigator who could tell us how hypocritical some of these people are.
Oh, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
The senators, congressmen, representatives who have probably paid for abortions, and the senators, congressmen that have had abortions.
Yep.
But it's okay for them.
Oh, yeah. There's always extenuating circumstances, or they've changed their mind, which is fine for you, but you don't get to decide for everybody else.
But at least they had the choice.
Exactly.
You know? I can't remember which state it was or it was a woman screaming at people, and she had had an abortion and she had regretted it. Well, that's her cross to burn, not anybody else's torch to burn, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean everybody's going to feel that way.
Right.
And if you have that problem, then don't take it out on your people that you're supposed to be representing. And the people you representing are 70 to 80% pro-choice. So
right.
There you go.
I just don't understand how they can consider themselves representatives when they're going against what their constituents want. They're letting their personal beliefs get in the way of doing their jobs properly.
Exactly. And let's be honest, it's the almighty dollar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm look at the two Democrats that have been holding us up, Manchin and Sinema, whatever her name is. It's all about how their pockets are being fed.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with voting for the people that voted them in. It has nothing to do with that. It is weary. I feel weary just this hour talking about it, but we can't let the weariness win. We can't. That's how they get us. Yeah. They get us by us becoming weary, and that we become numb, and that we fight among ourselves. That's how they get us. We know that from Standing Rock. That's how they would send in people to get to us. They would starve us. They would freeze us. They would squirt water on us. They would send in these. They actually got a Native American guy out of prison, and he got out of prison if he would go into Standing Rock and divide us. Mm. That's how they do this.
Yep.
So we gotta be careful. We gotta watch for that. The infighting is never good. Never give up, Dan says. That's hell yeah. Hell yeah. No matter how tired we are. I mean, think how damn tired, and I'm not a Pilgrim fan, believe me. But think how tired the Pilgrims were. How scary it was to come across on these big boats over the ocean. You know, think about how the slaves thought that was useless trying to fight against your chain, your slide, you're beaten, you're mutilated at times so that you can't run away. And they kept fighting. And then we're sitting in our comfortable ass houses with our TVs and our recliners, and we don't think we can get our ass out and go to a rally or go vote. What the hell?
Yeah.
We have become
little pansies.
Yeah, and do you think of your grandchildren? Do you want your grandchildren to tell them that stories? Or do you want to say, my grandparents were out there fighting, they were marching, they were speaking, they were doing YouTube channels for it, they were writing their congressman, they were speaking out, stand up, speak out.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're coming up on an hour, I think, aren't we?
Just about,
6 minutes. So yeah, I'll do a little advertisement too for Deb and RJ. They have Mystical Awakenings in Houghton Lake, Michigan, a beautiful spiritual store. welcome to that. They have UFO contact in September. Just got over it. Next year, there's already on the schedule for the 24th-ish, around there. They have a few books out. What else do they have? I know they're going to try to do classes and workshops this winter at Mystical Awakenings. Oh, they have, a show on YouTube, Mystical Awakenings. Yeah. I think I hit it all. And I forgot to mention our channel, which only has one show on it right now, Sacred Journeys Radio. I am going to work on that this week. I got a lot of homework to do.
You do.
Yeah. And Stephanie, tell us more about My Haunted Diary.
So that comes out every Monday at 6 p.m. Tonight started the Sasquatch episodes where we went out to, where did we go? Harrison? No. Yes? Near Harrison. Out to someone's property who had reports of Sasquatch sightings. So that first episode landed tonight. Comes out every week, every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. And it just kind of details our crazy adventures and the paranormal and how much fun we have doing it.
And Daniel and the MAPPA team spoke at the UFO Contact this year, talking about how our team has become more of a true paranormal team, where we not just do ghost hunting, but we do Sasquatch and UFO and anything weird. And the guys are putting together a channel. Did you hear about it, Stephanie?
Yeah, I saw that.
They're going to do like a 30-minute broadcast on new stories about UFO, Bigfoot, whatever's happening in the news. I think they might call it the Void Walkers. I'm not sure yet.
That's kind of the tentative name, I think.
Yeah. So be watching for their new, it's going to be more like a news show, I think, where they come on and they tell news flashes of what's happening and what people are talking about in the paranormal world.
Yeah.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. And I think it'll just be a half an hour show where they can just do like a half an hour newscast. So that's very cool. Maybe they'll even do weather. I don't know.
Paranormal weather. I like it.
Yeah. All right.
There's a shit storm of the paranormal coming.
It's raining dogmen out there.
Cats and dogs.
Yeah. So, and if you have any stories for us on,
for any of our channels,
go back for Ghoul Talk, for Lost Souls, please. And if you have any new flashes for possibly the Void Walkers.
Yeah. And then, like Dan just said, we're gonna be doing our Halloween special for My Haunted Diary, where we dress in our spooky skeleton pajamas and go
to a spooky
place, which is usually the woods, because he hates me. And so if you have any cool ghost stories that you want us to tell, then get in touch with us and send us those ghost stories and we'll read them out.
Oh yeah. And we're going to be at the How Psychic Fair. I can't remember what the name of it is. At the How Opera House on the 29th of October. And there will also be a ghost tour afterwards. I think it's 2 hours after, but it'll be daylight.
Sure.
But 4 to 6, I think it is, or 5 to 6, or 5 to 7 or something. So if you're interested in that, we'll have more information for that next week. Are we gonna, what's the thing we might be doing that you didn't know the dates about? Can we talk about that or not?
There's the Cadillac Historical Society is putting together a little thing, a little Halloween season. There's on the 15th and the 22nd. I don't know all the details yet. It sounds like they were still kind of putting it together, but they want us to kind of be at the end of the event, just give a little talk about like the history of the Cadillac Historical Museum and kind of a quick little ghost hunting 101 presentation. So that should be fun.
And that's in Cadillac, Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just remember to get ready to vote. Call your congressman, write your congressman. Or when I say congressman, I mean
any representative.
Any representative.
Anyone you can find.
Yeah. Anybody. Start talking to people. Check out to see if there's rallies and speakers and marches in your area.
Make sure your loved ones have a way to vote.
Yeah. Keep talking to those young ladies, knowing that we care and we're there and we're going to fight for them.
Yep.
So with that, I guess I feel complete if you guys do.
Yeah.
And we'll say goodnight. And anybody who's interested can join us on Wednesday for Lost Souls at 7:00. And with that, we'll say go out and vote and encourage people to vote. So we won't go back.
That's right.
We will not go back. All right. Any last words, Steph?
Our lives are literally on the line with this because it's not going to stop abortion. It's going to stop safe abortion. So we need to really take into account the gravity of the situation and do our best to make sure that we fix it.
Okay. Well, thank you for being a part of this, and we will say good night for now.
Good night.
See you next week.